He said that Jesus Christ has risen, and he is the open door.
Well, how you doing, everyone? Welcome to this episode of the Cajun Conservative, where I go ahead and talk about life. I talk about liberty, and yes, I talk about the pursuit of happiness. And I'm trying to show the world that us Cajuns here in South Louisiana do have some intelligence. Might not have a lot of intelligence, but we do have some intelligence. I hope you're having a good day, good week, wherever you are located. And if you can, please hit the subscribe button and follow button if this is your first time listening to the Cajun Conservative Show. As I always say, welcome to the Cajun Conservative family. To everyone that has continually supported and listened to the Cajun Conservative Show, I love you, I adore you, and I thank you for continually supporting me in this endeavor. This would not be possible without you. Just letting you know, I can't express how much I appreciate you coming in here and listening to the show. If that's on YouTube, Rumble, if that's on Apple, Google, Spotify, Amazon Music, Anchor.fm, and all the other platforms we are on. It's just a blessing for you to continue to listen, and you think my opinion is worth listening to. And that's, you know, I look, ladies and gentlemen, when I say that, I remember saying a while back, I remember before the great late Rush Limbaugh passed on, he went ahead and said it to his audience. He was like, look, all I could really say is thank you. And I was wondering when he was saying that, I was like, man, how can you not, you know, Rush Limbaugh talked for a living. And he went ahead and he couldn't express the words of the to his followers. And when I started this show, I understood. Now, I'm not that big of a show as Rush Limbaugh, but I understand now what he was talking about. It's hard to put into words to tell you how much I appreciate you, the listener. And I just want to say thank you. Please do me a favor. Go ahead and like me on Facebook. We are only, I think, 11 follows away from 1,000. That would be a great milestone. Please hit the follow button on Facebook, like button on Facebook, whatever way they're doing it now. I call them Facebook Meta. Meta has been changing a lot of stuff, so please do me a favor. Go to the Facebook page, hit it, and I greatly appreciate it. Go check out Brothers Just Searching. Go ahead and tell people about this show. And look, I just say again, thank you. You've made this show what it is, ladies and gentlemen. By popular demand, I've done 2 shows a week now for maybe for the last 6 months, give or take. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the Lord has in store for us going forward. All right, let's go ahead and dive in to a few things. Ladies and gentlemen, for the last couple of months, Joe Biden has been getting some political wins. Not all of it is due to the Democrat Party because of the 50-50 Senate. Some of it has been on the backs of Republicans. Not conservative Republicans, the 10 to 15 rhinos that are still in the Senate that I believe they need to go. Now, this is all coming before the midterm elections. We know that the Democrat Party is going to go ahead and do whatever it takes to try to stay in the power. We know this. And unfortunately, the media is playing a big role in this. Even with all the political wins that Biden has, along with the Democrat Party, we can I will stand here and say that a red wave is still coming. So I'm not here to discourage you in any way, shape, or form. I'm here to encourage you because, you know, a lot of people are going to read articles like I'm about to pull up right here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tackle Politico for a second because when I first saw this article, I was kind of, I wonder what this could mean. Now, the article, it says that it is a election forecast. This is probably an opinion piece, and everyone has their right, ladies and gentlemen. I know Politico is not a right-leaning newspaper, but I like Politico. They're one of the only few leftist newspapers I still enjoy to read. I was challenged this week when I was called a Fox News talking head by a good friend that's on the left, and like I told him, I don't only watch Fox News. I read more news articles and pick up more news articles from the apps or from a newspaper than watching it on TV. I can't tell you the last time I saw Tucker Carlson. Sean Hannity. I like Sean Hannity. But I like pulling from different sources. And this opinion piece came across my desk. It was by Stephen Sharphead. And he puts it like this: the fight for control of the 50-50 Senate is a toss-up, which is true. I can agree with Stephen. Stephen on that. Stephen. I can agree with Stephen on that. Now, the next line is what really caught my attention. Over the past few months, the advantage Republicans enjoyed in Senate races have eroded, breathing new life into Democrat besieged majority after rating the battle for the Senate as lean Republican either this year. Political election forecast now says neither party has a significant edge with 2 months to go until the midterms. A number of factors contribute to the Democrats resurging, but the declining national headwind facing the parties are more responsible. Democrat voters are energized at the Supreme Court's abortion decision, and Donald Trump's content presence in the spotlight is driving Democrats angry. Weaker Republican opponents in some states have also played a role in Arizona's GOP nominee Blake Masters' struggle since winning the primary last month, have moved the state from a tosser to lean Democrat. Now, this is the race in Arizona, I believe. A reflection of Democrat Senators Mark Kelly's growing lead over Masters. The Arizona shift leaves 4 toss-up Senate races, 2 currently controlled by each party. If neither party wins one of the races where the opponent has an advantage now, Republicans would need to win 3 to 4 toss-up races to wrest control of the majority. So what Politico's saying is, because of the first off, they don't quote. They say that the last couple of months the searches have been going up because of abortion and because of Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about Biden's speech last week, last time we were together, and Joe Biden mentioned Donald Trump more than any other Republican in that speech, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to tell my friends that are Republicans. Well, correction, all my friends that are Democrats, that's the only weapon they have, ladies and gentlemen. They cannot run on policy. They cannot run on accomplishments. They can't run on nothing like that. Because, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing they can run on is Donald Trump. Donald Trump is bad. Donald Trump is evil. Donald Trump don't know what he's doing. And the Republican Party is just evil because they follow Donald Trump. Now, they also say because of the Supreme Court's decision on abortion. I'm not going to deny the facts that a lot of polls show that that abortion is a hot button topic. I have friends that are Republicans that disagree with me on some stance of abortions. I believe life starts at conception, but there's 52 to 54% of Americans, the last poll that I can remember was taken, that which Roe v. Wade would have not been overturned. They believe it would have been restricted or something of that nature. So they're using these two topics of Donald Trump and Roe v. Wade, the overturning of Roe v. Wade, as their ticket, ladies and gentlemen. And this writer of this article is saying, look, these are the two hot button topics that are bringing it out. I don't believe that, though. I don't believe that people are looking at Donald Trump being in the spotlight and the decision of Roe v. Wade. I don't believe that. Why don't I believe that? Because, ladies and gentlemen, there's other articles that disproves this. that the Democrat Party is having an edge in the Senate. Look, there's someone that I know that is very close to a representative in the state of Louisiana that is in Washington, and a lot of Republicans feel the same way. Hey, we're going to take over the House, but we're not going to take over the Senate. We're not confident that we're going to win the Senate. I disagree. I do think Featherman is not going to win in Pennsylvania. I don't think Warnock is going to win in Georgia. I think Herschel Walker and Dr. Oz pulls those 2 seats off. That's just my personal opinion. I don't have no facts, no things. But I don't think that the Democrats have an edge on the Republican Party. Why do I believe that? Well, this is from Town Hall. Poll, Senate race in shockingly close in, wait for it, Washington State. Now, if you know where Washington State is, I believe it's either the state right above California or one state over. I think it's Oregon and Washington, something of that nature. Wait, sure, I got it right here. Yeah, so Oregon and then Washington. That side, I can show you if you're watching on Rumble and YouTube. I have a map of the United States. This side of the country, it's left. Hardly no Republicans win this. But listen to this. We've been hearing an awful lot, even from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, Kentucky himself, that Republicans taking back control of the Senate isn't likely to happen due to candidate quality. Now, remember last time we were together, I talked about Mitch McConnell trashing Republicans, and Rick Scott is very upset with that because we have good candidates, but because they're MAGA candidates, guess what? We're not going to go ahead and support them because out of all of it, Mitch McConnell's trying to ride both sides of the fence. You can't do that. But anyway, it's worth noting that forecasters still have it as a toss-up state or for Democrats over slightly favored to keep control of the chamber as many races are tight in key states. One of them, surprisingly enough, is Washington State, where Senator Patty Murray, the Democrat incumbent, is just a few percentage points ahead of her Republican challenger, Tiffany Smiley. This is according to a recent poll the Tree Far Group had to take. Murray leads a 2.9% with a 49.2 percentage point, and Smiley at 46.3 percentage, which is exactly where the margin of error is. The lead is also similar then of amount undecided voters, which is 4.5%. Ladies and gentlemen, if the Politico article is correct, why is this race tight? This is one of the toss-up states. Ladies and gentlemen, the Democrat incumbent that's been there for a while now is in the majority points. And look, I'm going to shout out to my boys from Corporate Canteen Cup, C3. They said this. There's people talking right now that if it's in a dead heat tie or the Democrats a little ahead, people are starting to think that the Democrat Party is losing. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a good sign. Well, it's a good sign that Republicans are losing. No, but at the same time, that's polling, ladies and gentlemen. The only poll that really counts is the one that's going to be the one that we're going to do on November 8th. But according to Politico, the Democrat Party is starting to edge the Republicans, and the Democrat Party is going to keep control of the Senate. But this race is tight in Washington. You want to hear some more? All right, well, let's go ahead. New York City. How many of y'all know where New York City is and how bad New York City is on the Republican Party? Ladies and gentlemen, the last Republican to win the mayor of New York City was Rudy Giuliani. Now, they have a governor over there. There's a governor's race here, and Kathy Hatcho, whatever her name is doing a very horrible job in New York, by the way. Is taking people's guns away or implementing Democrat policies on a rampage. And a lot of people would think, well, hey, that's New York. She's going to win. Not necessarily. If Democrats have an edge, why are Republicans moving closer? Now, listen to this. In addition to this is from Town Hall. Kathy Hutchinson appears to be another Democrat running scared as races tighten against Lee Zeldin. The race is tightening, ladies and gentlemen. In addition to tightened Senate races, global national races look to be tightened as well. We've covered here how it in the case in Pennsylvania between Democrat nominee Josh Shapiro and the Republican nominee Doug Marciano. This is now even including New York, a blue state, but one where Republican rep leads in and has nevertheless put up a fight against the governor of New York, Kathy Hochul. Ladies and gentlemen, the race is tightening. If you look at the poll, he's only losing by 4 points. He's 1 point out the margin of error. Ladies and gentlemen, he is close. Kathy Hochul in this poll is winning 47.8, and he's at 43.4. Now, there's other candidates in there, and they're taking some percentage points away. But ladies and gentlemen, if the Democrat Party, that's all I'm asking. I would like to ask Politico and this writer, if the Democrat Party is moving an edge on the Republican Party, why are these races so tight? And look, ladies and gentlemen, these states are not, this is a toss-up. This has always been a toss-up. We don't know who's going to win this. This isn't Florida or Ohio in a presidential election, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, excuse me, this right here are dark blue states. Now, I do have another story I do want to cover before I end this segment. If the Republican Party is losing its edge, and the Republican Party, it don't look like they're gonna keep control of the Senate. If they don't, if the Republicans are not gonna win as many seats and everything they're saying, I want to ask, why is Nancy Pelosi already planning for her next job? A lot of people might be asking, well, what you talking about? Red state. Pelosi to Italy if GOP wins majority in midterms. As was, no, I'm not going to read that. Let's see. As with everything Pelosi does, well-placed sources have told Fox Business that Madam Speaker has already selected her job if House Republicans regain the majority in November's midterms, as they are expected to do. Although I doubt the red wave will occur at any keyboard warrior predict. When I first read the report, I similarly shook my head in disgrace and laughed out loud. As we have seen for years, Pelosi hypocrisy knows no bounds, and her hypocrisy begins and ends with the very Catholic person Speaker's stance support for abortion, including an on-demand abortion until birth, which she has called scare grounds. Now, I'm trying to find where, I don't know why they threw that part in there. But anyway, according to the article and according to Fox Business, Nancy Pelosi has already gotten her other job. I read one article to where they said that Biden has been holding this position for the Italy ambassador. She's going to be, if she moves there, she's going to be the ambassador to Italy. That's basically what it's going to be. She's going to live in a consulate. She's still going to have a government position, and she's probably not going to be in the Congress no more. Like I said, I would like to ask the political writer of that article if the Democrat Party was starting to get an edge to where they're going to keep the Senate or get more seats in the Senate, or they're winning, they might keep the House. Why is Nancy Pelosi planning to go to Italy after 2022? Why is the Senate race in Washington tight? Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when I did my forecast, when I looked at all the states, I said, yep, Washington, that's it. That's going blue. It has always been blue. I already wrote that off as a blue. Ladies and gentlemen, that race is tightening. The other, the race in New York, I'm reiterating. Why is the governor's race tightening to where a Republican has a good shot? Because, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to tell the political author of the article that he wrote, it's not about abortion, and it's not about Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, people are tired of paying high inflation, high gas, ladies and gentlemen, the food costs. Ladies and gentlemen, I bought a half quart of milk the other day at our local store. Back in the day, $1.25, $1.50, almost $3 to $4 for a half quart of milk. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why people are still holding on to the Republican Party. Because they know that the Democrat Party is it's not helping the American people. They're making the American people suffer. I'll be right back after this short break. How you doing, everyone? Isaac here, and I am with Phil Kennedy. He is the artist of the Center of the Door album that I have in my hand right here. And Phil, thank you for coming by, and just wanted to ask you a little bit about your album. And does this tell me a little bit of information what led you to make this album?
Thank you, Brother Isaac. I am a songwriter mostly, and firstly, I'm a preacher of the gospel. So the Lord has always blessed me, it seems, with a song, with a sermon for the song. And that seems to be how it started when I first started preaching. So, before you know it, you've written way more songs than you have sermons. And I just like to get a little group of them together now and then. It's the songs I've been singing as I travel to Mexico and this place and that, and preach Oklahoma or wherever else the Lord takes me. And I sing those songs. So I put a little CD together.
Hey, look, I'm going to be honest. It's a great album. Look, even my friend Scott Ford, I sent him a digital copy of it, and he loved it. He said he loved the album. He loved the way you sing, and it's a real big blessing. It's a good blessing for us, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And I know that it's available in the digital world. It's available with me physically if you just message me or try to friend me on Evangelist Phil Kennedy Facebook, and the other information I'm sure you can give them.
Right. Well, we know for sure it's on Apple Music and it's on Spotify, where you can find the Cajun Conservative and Brothers Just Searching. Go ahead and look it up after you listen to our podcast. Go listen to a little bit of Phil Kennedy's album, Center of the Door. You'll be blessed. I promise you.
Cleansed and made us whole. Not one hoof, not one soul.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the second segment of the Cajun Conservative Show. Breaking news at the moment that I am recording this. John Featherman said he is committed to attending one debate with his Republican opponent, Dr. Oz. If you remember, ladies and gentlemen, now we're talking about the Senate right here. The last segment, we're talking about how Democrats are saying they have the edge now. They're going full forward. They're not less confident that they're not going to win the Senate. But this is one of the races they're watching. John Featherman and Dr. Oz in a closely watched battle for the Senate in Pennsylvania. But his campaign is still discussing accommodations for his audiency proceeding problems. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this is why I think that Republicans win the Senate. Like I said, I'm not even focused on Washington and the other races. I'm focusing on Georgia and I'm focusing on Pennsylvania, because I think these are the races that are going to win the Senate back to the Republican Party, unless Mitch McConnell does something stupid again. But and it goes to the point, ladies and gentlemen, also that look, John Featherman thought he had this in the bag. All of a sudden now he's getting criticized, just not by let me see if I can find the article. He's just not getting criticized by Republicans now. Pittsburgh Post-Gazette editor board questions Featherman's health ability to serve after stroke. Now, like I said, this comes from Fox News, and it says the Pennsylvania newspaper, Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, is raising concerns over Senate candidate John Featherman's health following repeat criticism from his Republican opponent, celebrity doctor turned politician, Dr. Oz. If Featherman is not well enough to debate his opponent, that raises serious concerns about his ability to serve as a United States Senator, the Post-Gazette editorial board wrote. Ladies and gentlemen, they must have heard the Cajun Conservative, because I have been saying this ever since, excuse me, I heard John Featherman had a stroke. It was before the primaries, ladies and gentlemen, that he caught this stroke. And he said, hey, I'm going to continue running in this race. And I was like, really? This man is still going to run for senator after catching a stroke or having a stroke. And look, I pray for him. I hope Mr. Featherman has a full recovery. But until then, he should not be the senator of Pennsylvania. Now, like I said, he has agreed. He has told Politico, hey, we're working on accommodations for me to debate Dr. Oz, but they don't know what the date's going to be. I think he's trying to get a little bit of heat off his back. But ladies and gentlemen, this is, it just goes to the same question. If the Republicans if the Democrats have the edge, why they're pushing these issues? Because John Featherman, when Dr. Oz had no chance. Herschel Walker had no chance. Herschel Walker's opponent, Randolph Warnock, was saying, hey, I want to have a debate. He don't want to debate me. Herschel Walker said, hey, let's have about 2 or 3 of them. And look, it has stopped the talk, stopped the chatter. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm just mark my words. This is what I believe. I'm not saying this is fact. I made my mistake with the 2020 election. Because I was like, look, Donald Trump had that in the bag. Biden would never be the president of the United States. You're just crazy if you think Biden's going to win. And look what happened. Biden is sitting in the White House. And even when other people were coming up, that's okay. He's going to get in there in August. He's going to get in there. I'm like, no, he's not. Biden is the president of the United States. So I'm not putting all my eggs in this one basket, but I could say I am 70% sure that I know about 90% sure that the Republican Party is going to take over the House. And look, if Italy wants Nancy Pelosi, as I quoted in the last one, take her. You can have her. Look, I know it's going to happen, though, ladies and gentlemen. Nancy Pelosi is going to get off the plane or the boat, and the Italian people are going to look and go, Mamma mia, hide the spaghetti. She might tax it. I don't know. Anyway, Italy, you can have her. No, but anyway, I do think that sign right there shows that they're going to take over the House. The Senate, we still going to have to wait and see. I would laugh, though, ladies and gentlemen. I know I'm quoting, and I used that article as a base for the last segment. But just imagine, could you imagine the Democrat Party's reaction if Washington flips red? And the article that we use, we're talking about Mike Kelly and his opponent over there. But ladies and gentlemen, that is a close race as well. It's slightly to the Democrat. It could be slightly to, but it's still a toss-up state. And who knows? Let's say that they're saying that'll probably be the most. Let's just say they get Georgia and they get Pennsylvania. That's 52 seats. If they would manage to flip Arizona, that'd be 53. Then you would have Seattle and whatever. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Seattle and Arizona, that's on that left side of the country. So I'm not going to worry about that. Anyway, so we got this article from the Wall Street Journal. And the article reads, Canadian stabbing attacks leaves 10 dead and 15 injured. According to the article, Canadian police are looking for 2 men after officers discovered 10 people dead and 15 injured from stabbing in 13 locations in the western province of Saskatchewan. I guess that's how you say that in Canada. This marks one of the Canadians' deadliest stabbing sprees and come over 2 years after the worst murder rampage in the country's history when a gunman in eastern province of Nova Scotia killed 22 people in 14 hours. This is horrific when it has occurred in our province today, said Rhonda Blackmore, Assistant Commissioner of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Shakawiki, whatever the country name. Now, this is what you might be asking, Isaac, why are you bringing up this story? Justin Trudeau, please, if you listen, are you going to ban knives? Isaac, no, you're not going there. Yeah, I'm going there. Ladies and gentlemen, this person stabbed up to a total of 35 people. No, 25 people, correction. killed 10, injured 15 more. Are we going to ban knives? And they did talk about this, the worst massacre in Canada was when a guy shot 22 people. Okay, that is a tragedy. And I think they found these guys, by the way. This is a story that I picked up early in the week. But when I first started this, I thought about Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada. Are you going to ban knives now? Because remember, that's the whole reason why we have to take guns off the street. And Justin Trudeau in Canada is telling people, hey, you cannot use a gun to defend yourself. Which I can make a point right here. This is why you need guns. Could you imagine somebody running with a knife like, I'm going to hurt you, and somebody, hey, don't move. They pull out a firearm. See, that's for protection. This story proves a lot, ladies and gentlemen, of the Second Amendment, or why people should have firearms to protect themselves because they have a God-given right to. But I'm just asking the question, and I think every person should ask Justin Trudeau, if they live in Canada, are you going to ban knives? Because, ladies and gentlemen, this is a horrible thing. But, you know, a lot of the left would say, well, it wasn't the knife's fault. It was the person holding the knife. Why doesn't that argument hold up for guns? It's the stupid gun manufacturer. It's the gun that causes all the problem. We need to take guns off the street. All right, let's take off knives. Oh no, it's not the knife. It's the person behind the knife. What's the difference? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is the thing about a knife, and I'm not anti-knife. I got a knife in my pocket. I'm not against knives. I'm not against firearms of the people using it, because it's not the instrument. It's the person behind it. Best example I could use it at, one day I was hammering a nail into a chicken coop and I hit my finger with the hammer. Everybody around laughed and I was like, yeah, that hurt. And when somebody asked me what happened, I said, I hit myself in the thumb. I could have easily said that dumb hammer hit my finger. It was supposed to hit the nail, but it hit my finger. Hey, I don't want to use that hammer no more. That hammer's junk. I'm going to go get me another hammer that treats me better. People look at me and say, you're silly. You had the hammer in your hand. The hammer didn't do you nothing. The hammer was being led by you. See, ladies and gentlemen, a hammer, a knife, a pot, anything. If it's used in violence, it wasn't the instrument's fault. But in Canada, Justin Trudeau says, oh, it's the gun's fault. We need to stop people from having guns. On that same argument, since you had this, I hope Canada brings out parliamentary rule that, and see, I think maybe that's why God never allowed me to run for politics. Because if something like this would have happened in America, and God forbid it happens, because we don't need a tragedy like that. That is a tragedy. I'm not trying to make fun of the incident, but I'm just showing you the hypocrisy of the left. But see, maybe that's why I'm not, like I said, maybe that's why God never allowed me to be a senator or a congressman or whatever. Because if something would have happened like this in America, and I would have been a Republican doing it, I would have put a bill on the floor and I would have said, listen, guys, this was a horrible tragedy, a dark day in America. That's why I'm introducing this bill to ban all knives. I promise you, I will be the only one that would vote for that bill. Why? Because everybody else would laugh. Ha, ha, ha. Isaac, what you doing? That's stupid. It wasn't the knife's fault. It was the idiot that had the knife. But and look, I just thought it was pretty. Justin Trudeau never said nothing that I'm aware of about this incident. But 25 people were involved. Just observing. I'm just observing a couple of things that came from Wall Street Journal. For all my leftist friends out there too, I'm just letting you know. I'm proving a point right here too. I do pull from left-leaning newspapers. Like I said, I think I said it. Did I say it in the first? No, I don't think I did. Maybe did. I don't know. Anyway, I was accused this week of being a Fox News head and a Fox News talking point. Yes, I have. But I pulled from 2 liberal newspapers. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about federal judge orders appointment of special master to review seized Trump records. This was done 2 days ago, I believe on Monday, where a federal judge ordered Monday that an independent special master be appointed to review the records seized by FBI during the raid of former President Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago home, and ordered the Justice Department to stop its own review of the material for investigative purposes. The U.S. District Judge from the Southern District of Florida, Judge Eileen M. Cannon, ordered that the special master be appointed to review the seized property, manage assessments of privileges, and make recommendations thereon, and evaluate claims for return of the property. So what is going on right here, ladies and gentlemen? Since the FBI raided Trump's home, we know that they went through Trump's underwear drawer. They also went to Byron Trump's bedroom. Thought maybe Donald Trump was hiding something. And I had an article. I would have to go look and see if I saved it, where they had an article that some people believe, I think it was a Republican, which I don't know why this Republican thought this, that probably Trump was selling that information that he got from the White House to the Russians. No proof whatsoever, ladies and gentlemen, but if you don't like Donald Trump, it's all right. You can make up lies and everything like that nature. But anyway, so what happened was they seized all this property. Donald Trump said nobody's watching the FBI, nobody seeing what the FBI is doing. And he called for a federal judge, an actual federal judge, to go ahead and order a special master to go ahead and review everything before the FBI can make up stories, basically. Well, the FBI and the DOJ did not have nothing of this. It's the same. Everything Donald Trump has asked for, they have said, no, we all don't need to do that. We got that covered. So the FBI's argument, or the DOJ's argument on this, was that they told him, listen, you don't have to get this special master. We already hired somebody to look at all the evidence and to look at it. And when the judge is like, well, who do you hire? Somebody that we approve of. You don't have to go ahead and do this special master. Ladies and gentlemen, when I hear that the FBI, it's like this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I'm trying to find the perfect example. It's, man, I'm trying to think. What can I use as an example? What can I use? I'm trying to. Man, I really can't. I can't. I'm trying to. It's like this. Okay, it would be like me, playing a board game. And I have somebody, or I'm the guy that writes the rules for the board games, and somebody goes ahead and, man, I don't know if that's a good example. Anyway, but it scares me when the FBI says, hey, you don't have to do it. We hire somebody that for our people that have done it, that does it. So, the judge is like, no, that don't work, basically. And I agree with the judge. I think they should have a special master. I think they should have a special person that goes ahead and looks at the evidence and is a third party. Now, the FBI don't want to, like I said, don't want part of that. No, you don't have to do that. No, we'll take care of it. And the judge said, no, we're going to go ahead and do it. We're going to go ahead and do it. Now, the FBI and the DOJ is upset about it because it holds off their investigation to begin with. They have a third set of eyes. It's just not the Trump lawyers and then the FBI. There's a third person that's looking at all the evidence and is doing. Now, this has raised a lot of the media very upset. CNN, MSNBC slammed Trump appointed judge, accused her of corruption after special master appointing. Following a federal judge ruling to grant former President Trump a special master to review evidence obtained by the FBI from Mar-a-Lago estate, left-leaning media figures on MSNBC and CNN cried foul and slammed the judge for her decision. MSNBC The Rideout host Joy Reid hosted the entire panel of disgruntled interviewees on Monday with guests claiming that the judge's decision was wrong and corrupt. amongst other things. Trump, he has always looked at things as my and mine, my generals, my Kevin, my classified documents, my judges. Apparently he goes one, Reed says, and she smirks. There was one guest on that show, I did see that said that this judge was corrupt. She's biased and corrupt. Like I don't know what to tell anybody anymore, Master said. Maistel said, that's the black guy with the big poofy hair. Look, I've been saying this since he took office. When you allow Republicans to take control of the courts, you get nothing. Trump judges do not believe in the rule of law. They do not believe in proceedings. They do not believe in facts. They do not believe in logic. They believe in whatever is going to help Donald Trump, and they have proven it again and again and again. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy probably praised the judge the magistrate judge that went ahead and signed the redacted affidavit to go ahead and raid Donald Trump's home, who was a Democrat supporter, Hillary Clinton supporter, and redacted himself from a Trump-Hillary Clinton case. Ladies and gentlemen, it's kind of funny with these people. If it goes their way, it's fine. It's legal. But if it goes some way different than theirs, it's wrong. Now, look, I can comment and say, look, I believe the judge made a bad decision. But to call this judge corrupt and call this judge a bias, ladies and gentlemen, and this is why I know it's the right thing that she did. Because the DOJ didn't want it, the FBI didn't want it, and the media don't want it. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole FBI raid was a political sham. And now that there's still a lot of things up, like the affidavit. I didn't talk about it too much because I believe I was on vacation or I was out of it at the time. That affidavit, there's one page where they only got one word that's not redacted. And that judge, the magistrate judge, I can't think of it, Reinhardt, I think his name is, approved that. Ladies and gentlemen, there needs to be somebody with a third eye. Now, we don't know who the special master is. They haven't even called it yet. But the media, for sure, and the DOJ and the FBI are saying this is a bad decision. It shouldn't be done. Ladies and gentlemen, the question I can ask, what are they trying to hide? On that note, I'll be right back after this short break.
Cheers and good on you, boys and girls. My name is Scott Ford, and I have a show on Rumble. It's the Scott Ford Show, all in one word, the Scott Ford Show, and it's on Rumble. And I also have a motivational success show on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe and ring that bell. That would mean a lot to me. Enjoy your life. Thank you, Isaac. God bless.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the third and final segment of the Cajun Conservative Show. So, ladies and gentlemen, to start this off, we have some the speech that President Joe Biden gave the other day. The speech that he had. He was in front of a red building. He had two Marines, and it just looked dark and heavy and very undecisive speech, ladies and gentlemen. He said a line in there, and he used the term election deniers. Now, we've been hearing this ever since the 2020 election, that there's some out there that do believe that the 2020 election was stolen. They do believe that. And, like I said, I have my suspicions, but I'm not going to quote that as gospel, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is why I'm bringing this up. Because according to some of the left, if you are an election denier, you're a fascist. We have a story from the Daily Wire. Congressman Jamie Raskin defended President Joe Biden's recent remarks during a Sunday appearance on CBS Face The Nation, claiming that failure to accept the results of a free and fair election was one of the hallmarks of the fascist party. And now this is coming on the heels of, like I said, 2020, Biden did call some people election deniers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I have a video right here of Karine Jean-Pierre. You know, the worst press secretary. I thought, like I said, I always said that. I thought Jane Saskowski was bad. This lady is far worse. And, you know, let me continue on her talk about Jamie Raskin, for example, though. Jamie Raskin says that if you are an election denier, you are on the heels of the fascistic party. When there's a video of him, now this comes from the RNC research, there's a 10-minute video out there, and it was them responding to a tweet from the president of the United States. And one of the tweets were this, and this was done 3 days ago. President Joe Biden put on there, Americans respect free and fair elections. We honor the will of the people. We do not deny them. The RNC research on Twitter put out this fantastic 10 minutes of Democrats in previous elections saying that it was either stolen or that there was something that did not happen right. Now, one of these were the 2016 elections, where the Democrat Party was running around saying that Trump was not the legitimate president because of the Russian collusion. You remember that, ladies and gentlemen. Well, our press secretary, and this is where I'm coming. Well, Jamie Raskin's in there on the 2000 election saying that Al Gore won that race. It was stolen from Al Gore. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is a disclaimer right here. You can believe whatever you want. You live in you live in America. Look, I'm on social media. I understand there's fact checkers. I understand that you have to be careful what you say. I understand that, especially as a conservative. We can say that I didn't clip my toenail right, and the fact checkers will go ahead and mark you off, or they'll try to take you out. I understand that about social media. But ladies and gentlemen, you live in America. You can think whatever you want. I'm not. Look, I brought out facts to one of my friends that are on the left. He told me, if you say facts, if you say what is facts, it don't mean it's facts. And when I brought out the numbers, they didn't reply back to me. But sometimes you have facts and sometimes you don't. I understand that. And it could be your opinion. But Jamie Raskin in 2000 said that Al Gore won that election. The Supreme Court took it away from him. Which leads us to Karine Jean-Pierre. She let me go ahead and find the article. In 2016, and I'm going to give you the dates. If you're listening on YouTube or Rumble, or if you're a leftist, she never said that. Karine Jean-Pierre wrote on December 17, 2016 at 7:25 p.m. Well, she retweeted Kyle Griffin's tweet, and she put on there, stolen emails, stolen drone, stolen election, welcome to the world on the unprecedented Trump. Now, this is where I'm bringing to the point. I believe it was yesterday or the day before yesterday. She was asked this by one of the only reporters that are asking questions right now, and that is Peter Dorsey from Fox News, is asking the question about election denial. Remember, this all started when President Biden and other Democrats started calling Republicans that do not believe the 2020 election was legitimate election deniers. So now it's starting to backfire them, because if according to Jamie Raskin, if you believe an election is unfair or stolen, you are on the borderline of fascism. So let's listen to Karine Jean-Pierre when she was asked a question about this tweet with Peter Dorsey.
New attention on the MAGA Republicans. You tweeted in 2016
I knew this
Trump
was coming.
stole an election.
I was waiting, Peter, when you were going to ask me that question.
Well, great. Here we go. You tweeted Trump stole an election. You tweeted Brian Kemp stole an election. If denying election results is extreme now, why was it then?
let's be really clear. That comparison that you made is just ridiculous. I have been well, you're asking me a question. Yes. Let me answer it.
And you said it was ridiculous.
I was talking specifically at that time of what was happening with voting rights and what was in danger of voting rights. That's what I was speaking to at the time.
So that's what she was speaking to at the time, ladies and gentlemen. She was speaking about oppression of voters and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, there was only one thing I really agreed with her on. When she told Peter Dorsey, "Oh, that's ridiculous." No, her statement. There was something ridiculous in that, but it was her statement. Where she goes ahead and she tries to. Let me see if I can pick up the transcript on this because I like to read it. She's Peter Dorsey's question: if denying election results is extreme now, why wasn't it then? Good question. 2000, 2004. 2016, when the Democrat Party lost those elections, they cried wolf. The comparison that you just made is just ridiculous, according to the Karine Jean-Pierre. And now this is Dorsey. If we all are in agreement that it is incorrect to say that the 2020 election was stolen, what about the 2016 election? This is KJP. We're going to focus on the here and now. Ladies and gentlemen, this woman right here said Brian Kemp didn't win and that Donald Trump shouldn't have been president at all. But now look, like I said, I'm trying to be on the fence here. If you can go ahead and say that the people that have doubts about 2020 and that they are Jamie Raskin, I'm quoting a Democrat, said on CBS that if you believe an election was not fairly won, you on the borderline of the fascist party. Then, ladies and gentlemen, then definition had now Democrats are good at it. They change the definitions when something don't go their way. See, it was okay to have certain feelings about elections until the 2020 election, where, according to the Democrat Party, this is supposed to be the most fairest election out there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, it just, how she said that, we got to focus on the now. We got to focus on the now. Why? Because, ladies and gentlemen, Jamie Raskin, KJP, Biden, Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, multiple other Democrats said that elections were either corrupt or stolen before 2020. Now it changes. And ladies, this is a political game. And this is the bad thing. This is why American citizens don't trust in elections half of the time. Because you have both sides of the aisle doing it. Look, ladies and gentlemen, look, and that's the thing. Before this whole election, Donald Trump was like, "Oh, it's stolen." That was his whole thing. I remember the nights, and they started with this rampage. And look, I'm not saying rampage. I do not believe 81 million people voted for Joe Biden. That's my God honest opinion. I don't say this is fact. I say it's opinions. But ladies and gentlemen, this shows the hypocrisy of the left. That it's okay before 2020 to question elections, but not until 2020. Until 2020, you can't do it. And it's sad. In my opinion, it's sad. Anyway, let's see what I got right here. Oh yeah. So, still a median darling, outstanding. Obama wins Emmy Award for narrating. I believe this is a Netflix series. Let me go ahead and pull up this article. So President Obama, he went ahead and got an Emmy for narrating a show. Let's see, where's it at? What's the name of the show? Where's it at? I know it was he was autobiography. That's what it's saying right here. Anyway, he narrated a show. It was on a Netflix documentary called Our Nation's Great National Park. But yeah, just for narrating, ladies and gentlemen, he got an Emmy. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what Obama has on the mainstream media, but winning an award for narrating, I didn't even hear of that. I don't know what Now, it could be done. I don't know. It could, be. But it's going to a point to where, as CNN noted, the left-wing media lost their minds in praise of their long-ago anointed boy king. Barack Obama is halfway to EJOT, AP taunted. Obama is now halfway there, becoming an EGOT winner, someone who has received an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony Award, the Hollywood Reporter celebrated. CNN was thrilled too. Barack Obama is on his way to possible EGOT in his growing pace. In the trailer, Obama spoke like his normal globalistic self. Ladies, no, look, don't get me wrong. I'm not against Obama doing this. I'm trying to say my words right because I don't want to offend my conservative friends, but I don't see nothing wrong with Obama doing book deals. I don't see or have a problem with Obama narrating. I don't have a problem with that. What I have the problem is that this man ran this country for 8 years and the media didn't tell him nothing. The media didn't question him on anything. And they're still not questioning him on anything. The media, this is the only reason why Obama is getting these deals, by the way. Like I said, I'm not against him getting these deals. The only reason he's getting these deals, though, is because the media loves him and they want to promote him as a great president of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, Barack Obama was not a great president. Now, look, if you compare him to Joe Biden and you compare Barack Obama, excuse me, to Joe Biden, yeah, he's a better president than Joe Biden. But ladies and gentlemen, Barack Obama put this nation in a hole. And like I said, I'm not against, look, it's the same thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if somebody comes up to me and tells me, hey, Isaac, we're going to offer you a multi-million-dollar contract. I'm not against, look, I'm not like Don Lemon. Don Lemon makes money. Great. I don't like what he stands for, but it's not wrong signing a contract. What it is right here, however, is that they're propping Barack Obama up so much that and look, like I said, I'm not against the man signing a contract. I'm against the media flattering this man. This man did not do nothing great for this country. But the media is going to do it anyway. All right. Let me go ahead and pull this right here. Yeah, so let's talk about the UK a little bit. I had other stories lined up, and there's a lot of things. You know what? We're going to talk about that later because I'll quickly mention it. Liz Truss became UK Prime Minister. Boris Johnson submits resignation to the Queen Elizabeth. New Conservative Party head Liz Truss becomes UK's Prime Minister Tuesday, and Queen Elizabeth asks her to form a new government. So the UK got a new Prime Minister. I didn't know she was part of the Conservative Party, but she's already making headway. They had a news article come out this week that she is trying to pump for more energy and do some other things with plants and stuff. She's trying to get more energy to the UK, which the UK is in a problem right now. So we're gonna go ahead and keep that story up. I just wanted to quickly mention that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we end right here, I only got a few minutes left. I wanna talk to you about something I saw the other day, and this is a personal story. I come up with these every so often. It's just sometime I look and I say, man, I need to address this issue on the Cajun Conservative. So the other day I had the distinct honor of going to our local parish's Republican Party meeting. One of my friends are running for chief of police. You met him here, Rodney Chitwood. And we have reached out to all the other candidates, and one of them told me yes, then they said no. The other one has not got back with me. So 9 out of 10, they're not going to be on this program for some odd reason. But anyway, I was invited to go hear some of the candidates speak. And I got a good chance to meet Albert Guillory, hopefully our future lieutenant governor, and just had a great time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people look at me as old, especially as the youth my youth group at church, they tell me that, oh, Isaac, you're old. And I'm like, well, you're only 15, 16. I'm 30. I'm still young compared to a lot of people. But a lot of young kids look at me as I'm old. So I am growing older. My wife told me the other day I had white hairs. But anyway, going back to the point. I'm chasing rabbits. I need to put that rabbit down. But I was at this Republican meeting, and I looked around, and I was really the only young person there. Like I said, we had some politicians there, and I got to meet them. But I met up with one of my friends there. It was an older couple. And I said, there's one thing that's really weighing on my mind is that there are no young people in this Republican PAC. And that really bothered me. And we had the lady that I was talking to said a lot of people back in the day didn't believe in talking about politics and all that stuff. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you hear this all the time on the left-wing media, that college students are talking up. The Democrat Party is focusing so much on young people right now. They are, with the drag shows and the propaganda in college and all this stuff. The school, look, ladies and gentlemen, this is the school itself. My kids do not attend public school. They are privately educated. And the reason that is because I don't trust what the public schools are going to teach the kids. And like I said, when I was there, I was the only young person. And I'm like, wow, the Democrat Party is doing their best to get the young people. What is the Republican Party doing? What is the Republican Party doing to attract young people? Ladies and gentlemen, there is young folks out there that believe the way that we believe as Republicans. There are podcasts out there. There's two right off the jump that I know of that the hosts of these shows are 13, 14, 15, something around that age group. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring this up to your attention. Please, if you're a Republican or conservative, let's go with that. If you are conservative minded, go ahead and reach out to young people. Because, ladies and gentlemen, even I heard that growing up. I heard that from other people. There's two things you don't talk about: religion and politics. And I believe because of that mindset, ladies and gentlemen, we have lost our views in America. See, parents didn't, and I'm not blaming parents. I'm just, I believe that these two conversations, religion and politics, was not discussed in a biblical or honorary way. If you have young kids, please, and you're conservative, go ahead and talk to them about politics and show them what's right and what's wrong. Same thing with the Bible, ladies and gentlemen. You can talk about religion with your kids. That's a bad thing. No, that causes diversity. Not if you do it right. And I hate to say it, ladies and gentlemen. I just didn't step on the fire. I dove headfirst into fire because both podcasts I have are on religion and politics. And I think we need to do a better job reaching our young people. Because like I said, ladies, look, there's nothing wrong with the meeting. I know a lot of older folks like going to those things, and young folks are like, I'd rather stay home and watch Netflix. I'd rather hear Obama talk on national parks. I understand that. But I think the Republican Party can do a lot better. Or the conservative movement can do a lot better reaching young people. So my plea for you this week, go ahead and talk to some young people. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole podcast was created for that incident. My secondary audience is from 18 to 25-year-olds. That is a blessing to me. One of the reasons I started a political podcast was because young people were coming up to me and asking me questions. A lot of young people want to know what's right. Ladies and gentlemen, prime example, and then I'm going to have to roll out. Had a young man, and he used to live here in the state of Louisiana. He has moved since out of the state. I haven't talked to him in a couple of years. But he was going to college. He was going to UL. And he came and asked me some questions about politics. Now, he was leaning more to the left. As I started talking with him, he'll bring me some subjects. I would go ahead and talk to him. He slowly started turning to the right. And I even showed him, for example, I had a friend that was at my house and he was there at the same time. We started talking politics and we disagreed. But after that meeting, he was still there and I said, which one sound more sense? He said, you. I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I'm just, young people, the reason they lean more to the left is because there's nobody showing them they're not showing the other side. And by the time they get into their 30s, 40s, 50s, they're brainwashed. So us as a Republican Party and also as conservatives, we need to do a better job reaching the young people. Because that is our future. Same thing with religion. If you're a Christian, you need to reach the young people because, ladies and gentlemen, that's the next generation. So go ahead and reach out to your next generation, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep the banner of freedom raised, and let's go ahead and fight for what's right in this country. On that note, I want to thank you for listening to the Cajun Conservative Show. It is an honor, blessing always for you to be here and for me to spend some time with you. Thank you again. Love you guys. I adore you. Heart bubbles out to everybody, as my good friend Scott says. Love you guys. Thank you for being part of the show. Until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Remember, Jesus Christ is coming back, and he's coming back soon. So don't be faint of heart. Jesus has overcome the world. Until next time, be blessed, be encouraged. Bye-bye.
He said that Jesus Christ has risen, and he is the open door.